It's just a simple word processing piece of equipment. It's got your spell check and actually does speak to you. So if you're typing some things, you can have it talk to you. Has some word processing skills, typing skills. The nice thing about this is, compared to some other piece of equipment, is that it's password protected. So that in the past we've used some other technologies that students have lost files, that kind of stuff. Where now, since it's password protected, the only way that it can be deleted is if the student deletes it themselves. It also has a master password, so if teachers need to access files, it can be easily done.
Great. How often do kids use these in the classroom, or how frequently are these being used?
We have 3 teams in 5th, 6th grade, and there's 3 teams in 3rd and 4th grade. All 6 teams use them. I would say in 5th, 6th grade we actually had to create like a sign-out chart because the kids want to use them quite a bit. Some kids still like to use the paper and pencil just because sometimes, with all technologies, there's downsides, and like I said before, that they do tend to break down from time to time. They need to get shipped away. So using that paper and pencil, some people like to just go old school and handwrite instead of typing. But like I said before, technology is coming. It's an important skill. And so I think, again, the students are becoming very proficient in word processing, typing.
Great.
So one use of technology in our room is Bookshare. Bookshare is an online library of audio books. So students who can't read at grade level can still comprehend or have access to those books, even if they can't comprehend the words. So I go to read out loud. Log on to Bookshare. Now I can find any library book that's in our media center online, and a book that normally I'd say a student couldn't check out because it was too hard for them to read. You can type it in and search for an audio file. So once I have the book open, the students can come on and
Introduction.
It reads it to them.
Police Chief Rebecca Fish, Grand Canyon, Arizona. Seen a lot of strange stuff go down in 10 years' work.
How many would use it in the classroom?
I use this for, I'd say 10% of my class has access to Bookshare, but what's nice is that it then allows them to do things with other kids that they wouldn't be able to be in a book group with. So if these kids are only reading books that are at the 1st grade or kindergarten level, they're not in groups with students who are at the 3rd, 4th grade reading level. Using this technology, they're able to get out of those compartmentalized groups and join in with what their peers are doing. So it really, even though it's just for 10% of the class, they're able to join in with the other kids, where otherwise they wouldn't be able to have those opportunities.
This is one of our 1st grade students working on aerobics. Kaylin's doing a great job.
Students are able to work on the computer, which they love, and the whole purpose of it is to really reinforce the phonemic awareness skills like rhyming, blending, segmenting. The students love to have that time where they can play various games and kind of be in control of their own learning. And the kindergartners try to be on it three times during the week. And then it varies as they get into 1st and 2nd grade, but it's been a great addition to our instruction.
Another piece of technology that I tried implementing, took a technology class, 21st Century Skills class, and one of the things that we do during our reading time is we do this thing called Walk to Read. And during Walk to Read we have the Daily 5, and one of them that I Daily 5. One of them is recording a book. The idea, it used to be read a book to a friend, and in 5th, 6th grade, sometimes peers can't handle reading with one of their friends, so using some technology, I decided to do like podcasting using GarageBand. The students read a book, and I've been working with the younger grades to find out what books that they would like to have on these podcasts, because my ultimate goal is to be able to put these on iPods and check them out to the younger grades, so that way when the students are reading the books, they can also hear it as well. And it's been worked out well from what I've seen.
Mark, what's the advantage then of having kids read into and do a podcast such as this? Are other grades able to take advantage of this, or other kids?
Yes, the first, second graders, or first, second, third, fourth, whatever grade, they're typically for, I would say, like the picture books type of book. But my ultimate goal would then be for the younger grades to be able to check out these iPods to listen to the story as they're reading it to themselves.
So this is a sample of what that podcast might look like on your iTunes. In a moment, you'll hear Sophie describe kind of the process that she went through to create this and how she felt about it.
Well, mostly, the first one that I recorded was, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, I think. Yeah. On Mr. Betton's, or the library's computer. And I think you go through, like, GarageBand or something like that, but, you record through the built-in microphone, and, I read the book, so, well, it's fun. The only weird thing is that I recorded the 50-word story in the middle of the media center.
Okay.
All the kids are walking in the background, so I don't know if you could hear them or not, but...
This is my iPod Touch, and I've got a couple of different applications on here that I use with students or give to students to use independently. Two that we're going to talk about today is Divide By and the X-Ray Pro. For Divide By, when we're learning rules of divisibility, it's hard for students to remember all the time what numbers are divisible by what. So this is a tool that I can use with students, and that frees me up to go work with other students because they can do this independently. If they have a number that they're practicing in their notebooks, divisibility rules, they can do that in their notebook and then type in the number here, and it checks for them, and they can make sure they have the right answer or self-edit, and that frees up me as a teacher to go work with other students while they're practicing their divisibility rules. Another tool that we've used in science when we're studying the human body unit, students need to learn the names of different bones in the body, and this is a tool that shows them a skeleton. So as they're practicing the bones, they can go through and see just a different picture of what they look like. These pictures that they'll see on here are 3D and more vivid than the 2D pictures that we get that come with the FOSS unit. So this is just something that helps what we're doing in class kind of come to life for the kids, because they can see an x-ray of all of the bones in the body and really be able to count the different bones. That is one activity in the FOSS unit, is to look at 2D pictures and count the bones of the body.
Before our time together ends, know that we are still teaching the basics. We simply wanted to share some ways that we are integrating technology into the classroom. Our ultimate goal is to help children prepare for the world that they will someday lead. By using various tools that include technology, we will hopefully help them get started in the right direction. Thank you for joining us today, and a huge thanks to the Longfellow community, especially those students and teachers involved in creating this brief video. You make Longfellow a great place to learn and grow.